If you're thinking of moving to a meatless diet, but you're worried about getting enough protein, you can get enough in a plant-based diet. Joining me now is to join us to tell us a little bit more is dietitian Susan Watson. And it really is an easy thing to do. It seems daunting, but really don't be afraid of it, right?
Yeah, and I think there's a misconception that you have to be eating animal-based proteins to get your iron and your protein, but really there's a lot of plant-based sources of iron and protein that you can eat.
Okay, starting with tofu. I like the tofu idea because this to me seems scary, but it's really not.
No, and I'm glad you got a chance to taste some of it because it is good. So beans and lentils and tofu. So tofu is soybeans that have been compressed, so that's part of this group here. They're very high in protein and iron, and tofu itself is very versatile. You can use it to top on top of salads, you can chop it up and put it in a stir fry. There's lots of different things that you can do with it, and it's a complete protein, so it helps you feel full as well.
The other thing that you did with this is you put it in marinade for a day or two, right? And it brings a lot of flavor. What did you do with it?
So I took some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of low sodium soy sauce, and then marinated it with a little bit of Italian spice. And let that sit for 24 hours, and then it tastes great on its own or putting on top of a salad.
Yeah, and it was delicious. Okay, the other things that you can think about are beans, of course, lentils and beans.
But they're high in protein, high in fiber, high in all iron. We've also got nuts and seeds, which are very high in iron and in protein. So you can use them for snacks, you can top on salads, you can use nuts and seeds in lots of different cooking. I like to do like a cashew stir fry. Instead of putting meat, I would just use cashews as the protein source.
Okay, so for people wondering, how much protein should you have every day?
You want to aim to have about 20 grams per meal.
Okay.
And for a snack, I would say anywhere between 10 grams, 5 to 10 grams. The reason why is you want to space out your protein throughout the day, and North America, we usually have low all throughout the day and then a lot in the evening, so we want to space it out. So having a little bit at every meal will actually help you get your protein and iron needs throughout the day.
Okay, so let's say almonds. How much would you need to eat in order to meet that target?
Well, you wouldn't want to get it just from almonds. A serving would be a size of a closed fist.
Okay.
So you wouldn't want to get it all from almonds. You just want to try to get it from a bunch of different groups. So if you have about 20 grams of protein at each meal and a couple snacks throughout the day, you'll meet your needs.
Right on. Okay, so let's talk about how you bring it all together to make this Super Bowl. Because what I like about this is on Sundays or Saturdays, you like to pre-plan your meal, even pre-prepare your meals. And in this case, this is really handy because you can do a lot. You could do the entire week without worrying about rotting meat or anything like that, right?
Absolutely. So again, whole grains also have a lot of iron and protein in them. So this is a power bowl where we've taken a bunch of vegetables that are higher in iron, like kale and spinach, mix them together with some of the chickpeas and the beans and lentils and the sunflower seeds, and pack them all up. And then I just usually portion it out into different containers and keep it in the fridge, and then I've got my lunch ready to go.
Every day, just pop it open. Okay, what's great about the protein, plant-based protein, is you should mix it with vitamin C as well.
Yes, so the vitamin C helps absorb the plant-based iron that is in your food. So that's why this bowl is great, because it's got the tomatoes and it's got the carrots that have all that vitamin C that help absorb the protein and the iron that's in the recipe.
Okay, easy enough to do, and it's also really filler as well. It fills your belly. All right, well, thanks for that. All great advice on how to get started on a plant-based diet.